What is up, Bucko Nation? Welcome to the Pirates Live 412 Weekly Show, the Cone Hoisters Weekly Show. I'm Mason Tepesky, your host. Today's show is going to be very quick for a specific reason, which we'll get to later on because we always talk about it. But today we're just going to do like maybe 2 minutes of housekeeping. We'll talk about the series against the Tigers and the Dodgers. We will then look at the stand. We'll then name our star of the week. We'll then look at the standings real quick for majors. Minors, we'll look at the standings there real quick for that. And then we'll look at our top 10 prospects. I'll breeze through that. Then we'll preview the week against the Padres and the Cardinals. So, yeah, as the season goes on and like as things slowly and steadily, as we'll talk about, start to get worse, we'll obviously not talk as much. So, yeah, this will be cool. One quick housekeeping note for you guys. Obviously, we'll do MVP rankings as well. I'm sorry I forgot those last week, but we'll do MVP rankings as well when we discuss what was I thinking? We'll do MVP rankings when we discuss, why is my mind off? When we do Star of the Week, my bad. But one quick thing, obviously, it's pretty clear at this point, we're 8.5 back. I was going to say it later, but I'll just say it now. So obviously, my rule of thumb, as I've talked about on the show, is this. If you're over 8 back on August 16th, today's August 23rd, by the way, you're probably not making the playoffs. It's August 23rd, and we're 8.5 back. We are probably not making the playoffs this year. Our playoff odds are probably at 1%. This team has fallen off a cliff. We'll talk about the Pirates. These shows aren't going to be nowhere near as long because it's pretty clear the things aren't great. There's that. And another quick housekeeping note for all Vienns. The last show of the season, which will be our season recap show, is going to be September 28th, since it's pretty clear this team won't be in the playoffs. Tomorrow's the last Monday game of the year, if you could believe that. We'll obviously do this show for the next 5 Sundays after tonight. And then we'll do the recap show September the 28th. And then we'll shift to Saturdays. We might do a show, depending on what happens during the week, October the 3rd. We might not do it till October the 10th, but we will be on a Saturday schedule starting in October. So just play that. And those shows only be like 10-15 minutes at most. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, though, let's start talking about some baseball. Monday night didn't go too bad for the Pirates. We did lose to Detroit in a game I expected to win, but wasn't terrible. It was wild. It was on ESPN, so it started later. It lasted longer. 8-5 loss. Cartman, man, like I said this in my postgame, so like I've had it with him. I'm gonna talk to my agent. I'm gonna discuss next steps. And look at how he's pitched then since. Like I said, karma's abyss. And this is karma affecting Carmen right now. But we did crawl back nicely. Tigers did take a 5-0 lead, but then we crawled back, making it 5-1. They jumped out to an 8-1 lead, and then we made it 8-5 in the bottom of the 6th. Nick York scored 3 runs, which was great. And then Henry Davis batted him in, but just wasn't enough. I mean, we had our chances to win, but came up just short. Tuesday night, the Cruz missile. Welcome back, O'Neal Cruz. He had a missile on Tuesday night to guide us to a 4-1 win. This was one of the quickest games in Pirates history. It was the quickest of the year by far. It was played in just 2 hours and 2 minutes. Last year, the game we played against the Phillies was the quickest I remember. It was 1 hour and 59 minutes, but this one wasn't 2 hours, 2 minutes, so not that much worse. I just need to get this booger off my nose real quick. Sorry about that. But anyway, 4-1 win. It was awesome. Shout out to Braxton Ashcraft, man. He always pitches a quick one. Like, the sun was still out when this game ended, but it was great. They breezed through this game, and yeah, it was fun. It was the quickest game. Bottom of the 5th was when we scored all of the runs. Detroit scored in the top of the 5th as well, but it felt good. It felt good. After the long one after the long one Monday, the bad rain delay Sunday, it felt good to have a quick one. So there's that. Wednesday. This was by far the game of the week. Paul Skeens pitched. He didn't pitch bad, but he didn't pitch great either. Let's see how many he threw. I think he threw like 80-something. 81. I know he only threw 65 against Miami. He threw 81 in this one, which is not bad, but it's not great. Like, you got to get him up to 90, 95 for it to be good. But Skubal pitched 106 yesterday, which we'll time out in a couple minutes here. But anyway, Pirates won this one 4-3. Started out strong. Again, O'Neal Cruz got us out to a 1-0 lead. And then in the top of the third, Kevin McGonigal, he made it 1-1. Top of the fifth, Tigers scored 2 more runs. This got Skeens pulled 3-1 Tigers, but late in the game, bat showed up. Rafael Flores Jr., 2-homer day. Good day for him. This tied it up at 3. And then in the bottom of the ninth, Brandon Lau homers to right field. It was just off the foul pole to barely keep it fair, winning us the game. Great job, B-Lau. 4-3. Good to see Mason Montgomery get the win. He's been excellent in his role, so God bless him. So happy to see that. It was so great to get this series won. Then Thursday was an off day because we traveled out from Pittsburgh to LA on Wednesday night, and we apparently forgot what made the Detroit game Wednesday so special and the Tuesday game as well. Because it was not a good weekend in LA. I just finished recapping this for my post-game show, so I'm going to be short and sweet here. Plus, I want to get this show in quick as well because I have a busy night. So, yeah. Friday night, the Dodgers won 5-4 in 10 innings. We started out strong. Salvo Nick Gonzalez, he hit the ball really good this game. 2 runs scored. He batted in 2 RBIs. I think, yeah, 2 RBIs. This kept us in the game for a while. Then LA, obviously, Mookie Betts scored 2 runs to make it 4-2. Top of the 8th, the Cruz missile comes up huge again, tying the game at 4 apiece. Unfortunately, the Dodgers, Tommy Edman single, did walk it off 5-4. My biggest critique from this game is this. Bubba for 88, which is great. However, Johan for 11 pitches. Luke Weaver threw 13. Mason threw 13. Soto threw 14. That is not nearly enough. Like, you want Johan throwing more. You probably want Luke Weaver throwing a little more. You might want Mason throwing a little more. So, I think we're using too many pitchers. That's a problem. So, yeah, that's my take. Saturday night, last night, started off well. We got to Tariq Skubal early. Speaking of pitch counts, Skeens threw 65 last Tuesday in Miami. Or 2 Tuesdays ago now in Miami. For 81 against Detroit. Guess how many Skubal threw last night? 106. Now, granted, that's a little too much. He probably threw a little too many pitches, but you get the point. Like, come on. Like, yeah. It's where you should be. You should try to get your pitchers tonight, unless they're hurt. You should try to get hurt. You should try to get them to 90. You really should. So there's that. But anyway, yesterday we started off strong. O'Neal Cruz, once again, he is the catalyst of this offense, and we really missed the dude. Tripled, scoring 2 runs, Valdez and Reynolds to make it 2-0. And then Flores grounds out second, scoring the missile, 3-0. But then the Dodgers fought back against Jared Jones and Johan Ramirez. Jones surrendered 2 runs as a result of singles by Teoscar and Al Thomas. They scored Max Muncy and Kyle Tucker, respectively. This cut it to 3-2. Don Kelly then made the decision to pull Jones in favor of Johan, who surrendered a run 4-3, and that's how this ended. Man, it's a shame our pitchers can't throw 106. Everybody said Skeens was up there with Skubal. If he's up there with Skubal, why can't he throw 106? Why are we being so conservative with managing them? Like, seriously. It's ridiculous. It is beyond ridiculous, and I've had enough. This team's way too picky about stupid little things, and that's why they are where they are right now. Period. Full stop. And I'm going to say that every week till the end of the year, because that's what they said last year, 47 short weeks ago. We need to make the playoffs. Period. Full stop. I'm going to remind you, Travis, you said that, because we're not making the playoffs this year. Period. Full stop. And there needs to be consequences and accountability. It starts with the man leading the team in the dugout. Period. Full stop. There's that. Today we lost 4-0. I really don't know what to say about this. It's not like Bakker's fault. Thank God for Christian Curtis. He's been more than impressive up here. I want this guy in our starting rotation. Like, it's about time you put this man in the starting rotation. Like, we have an open spot. Just put him in there. And I've had it with Carmen Majinski. I'm just going to say it straight up. I have freaking had it with Carmen Majinski. I want to be in the rotation. I'm calling my agent. I need to talk about my next steps. And then you're back in the rotation, and then you're back in modified bullpen roles, and he does that. Send him to AAA Indianapolis tonight, please. I don't ever want to see him pitch in a Pirates uniform again. I'm just so over him. I hate his attitude, and like, this is the freaking Steelers. Like, this is freaking Antonio Brown of the Pirates. Like, that's what they've all become Antonio freaking Browns. And I'm not saying Don Kelly is Mike Tomlin, but he's pretty darn close to Mike Tomlin. Wouldn't you say? The standard is the standard. Yeah, the standard's complaining about your pitching coach because you want to take an extra step. I respect the mentality, but look where it got you. The standard is the standard. Yeah, I'm going to call my agent because I was not good enough. There's a better place for me, and I'm being a baby about it. Look at what happened. Where's the IQ? Like, where's the intelligence of these people? Like, I'm just over it. I'm over it all. And that's why this show is going to be shorter and the rest of the year. They're going to be shorter. Like, I'm just over it. I'm done. Moved on. Like, come on. Be better. Pirates were 2-4 this week. I predicted 3-3. I said we were going to sweep and then get swept. The only one I was technically wrong about was the Detroit one. When we won 2 out of 3. I expected 3. But, again, it's not... We barely did worse than I expected. And I'm not mad about that. If anything, I should be mad about the Monday night game. And I'm not. However, it's just the attitude and it's the insensitivity that pisses me off. Like, we did, overall, I'd say we did fairly good this weekend. We came within 1 run of beating the defending back-to-back champions in their place twice. And that's something to be proud about. It is. But this is Major League Baseball. This is not moral victory castle. So take your moral victories to San Diego. And don't you dare bring them back to Pittsburgh. If they make them to St. Louis, leave them there. If they make it to San Diego even, leave them there. Throw them in the Pacific Ocean. Hopefully they left them in LA. But I doubt they left them in LA. They're probably sitting right now in a suitcase to go to San Diego, which is very nice because that's what this team needs a lot of, is moral victories. Maybe you could spread that love all over San Diego. So yeah. Or maybe you could leave it on the street in San Diego and the wind can blow them down to Mexico where they fucking belong. And where Carmen Majinski fucking belongs. So yeah. Maybe ICE could deport him. I'm not trying to be political there, but ICE, if you're listening, go to San Diego. Take Carmen with you. I don't ever want to see him in a Pirate uniform again. That's why I say that. I've had it with the guy. He makes my blood boil. I'm not going to say that about Donnie Kelly, because here's the thing. Don Kelly is a great human being. He's very devout in his faith, devout Christian, which I love. I love Donnie Kelly as a person. Is it raining? I don't know, but oh well. I don't think Donnie Kelly, the manager, is what people make him out to be. I think too much his easygoing personality has caused more problems than it has advantages. And I don't think he has as much control as he should. And his management of the pitching staff and the lineup sometimes baffles me. So I just want to say, I love Donnie. I think he's a great person and he has a great story. I'm not going to deny that. And it's easy to fall in love with him. However, the way he manages, I'm not a fan of. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. So that's my take on that. Anyway, though, let's name our start of the week. It was a toss-up for me earlier in the week, but as the week goes on, it's pretty obvious who I'm going to name. It's going to be O'Neal Cruz. Coming back from the IL and doing what he did, man, was I impressed by the Cruz missile. He was awesome this week, man. Like, that's the catalyst we need. That's why he's a warrior and he's a winner. So happy and so thrilled that he's on our side and in our lineup. So that's what we need. God bless you, O'Neal. And it's pretty clear that he's our star of the week this week. So round of applause for him. MVP rankings. They certainly got more interesting this week now. We're going to go through them here really quick, though. For the MVP rankings this week, your number 5 guy right now, Mason Montgomery. I love how he's pitched recently. He's done terrific. He is your number 5 man right now in the MVP race. Number 4 is Marilyn Valdez, the magician. Man, has he been dominant recently. So he's your number 4 guy right now. Number 3, Brian Reynolds. Not that he's done bad. It's just the number 2 guy really pitched well this week. And he's given our number 1 a run for it. So keep an eye out for our number 2 guy for sure. Speaking of our number 2 guy, you probably want to know who it is. It is Braxton Ashcraft. He's your number 2 right now in the MVP running. So he's your number 2 candidate to be the MVP for the team for me this year. And your number 1, obviously, is Brandon Lau. He did nothing to change my mind this week. He's certainly been the team MVP all season long. So that's my choice right now. So again, number 5 is Mason Montgomery. Number 4 is Maryland. 3rd is Brian Reynolds, B-Ray. 2nd is Braxton. And 1st is Brandon Lau. Honorable mentions, Bubba Chandler, obviously. O'Neal Cruz. There's your honorable mentions for the week. So, yeah. It's wide open still. But I think Bilal's going to win it as of now. And like I said, we will announce who wins that on the season finale show, September 28th. So tune in then to see who actually gets it. Alrighty, let's breeze through these standings now real quick. We'll do those. We'll look at the hottest and the coldest teams. We'll discuss which teams have been eliminated by my thresholds this week. Then we'll do a little prediction as it was right now. So let's go. AL East, Tampa, you're leading at 77 and 53. New York Yankees, 74 and 56. You're 3 games back. Red Sox, 71 and 59. 6 back. Blue Jays, 64 and 68. 14 back. Orioles, 63 and 68. 14 and a half back. AL Central, the White Sox, 68 and 62. Guardians, 65 and 66. 3.5 back. Twins, 63 and 68. 5.5 games back. Tigers, 61 and 69. 7 games back. Royals, 58 and 74. 11 games back. AL West time now. Houston Astros, under 500, but still leading the division at 65 and 66. Rangers, you're 2nd at 65 and 66. Actually, you guys are tied for the division lead, so there's that. Mariners, 62 and 69, 3 games back. Angels, 52 and 79, 13 back. A's, 51 and 80, 14 games back. They're the worst team in baseball, and they're still only 14 games back in their division. That is insane. I think they are the worst team. Yeah. Or no, they're not. They're not. I'm sorry. I missaid that. Rockies, 50 and 80 are. I'm sorry, Oakland. Or Athletics. You're the 2nd worst. My bad. NL East time now. Braves, 76 and 55. Phillies, 73 and 58. 3 games back. They're hot. They're red hot. And they have closed the lead once again on Atlanta. Atlanta's cold. Philly's hot. They've closed the lead. And they're in good shape to make the playoffs now. Philadelphia. Miami, 67 and 64. 9 back. Washington, they're really cold. 61 and 71. 15 and a half back. I know they started off strong, but I think they're coming back to earth now. A little bit, to be honest with you. Mets, 59 and 72. 17 games back. It was a good little run from the Nats, but just didn't have it this year. They'll be better next year for sure. They're going to be good for a long time. Just looking at 2028, 2029 for them. But it was a good run for them. It really was. So give them a hand. Just going to hold the line, unfortunately. NL Central time now. The Brewers, 81-50. The Cubs, 75-56, 6 games back. Cardinals, 500 even, 66-66, 15.5 back. Us, 63-69 at 8-5. Or 63-69, 18.5 back. We're 8.5 back out of the wild card. That's why I said that. My bad. I'm sorry. Red, 62-69, 19 back. And on West time now, Dodgers, 80-51. Padres, 71-60, 9 back. Diamondbacks, 69-62, 11 back. Giants, 52-78, 27.5 back. Rockies, 15-80, 29.5 back. That's what I mean. Like, the Giants are in 4th place, and they're 27.5 games back. The A's are in last, and they're 14 games back. Make it make sense. That's how bad the AL is this year, guys. It's really bad. Alrighty, the AL leaders right now for the American League. Leading the American League right now, pretty much a lock to be the best team unless the Yankees catch them. But the best team in the AL East, the best team in the AL, and your number 1 seed right now are the Tampa Bay Rays. AL Central leaders, your number 2 seed, the Chicago White Sox. AL West leaders, your number 3 seed, the Houston Astros. Your number 4 seed, the first wild card, 9.5 games up on the tail end of things, 3 games up on the 5, but your 4 is the New York Yankees. Your 5th seed, at this point they are 6.5 games up right now on the 6. Your 5 seed is the Boston Red Sox. And your current 6 seed, the 3rd wild card and your last team in as of today, are the Cleveland Guardians. Tied with them, but would be your first team out if things ended today, are the Texas Rangers. Game and a half back are the Blue Jays. 2 back are the Twins. 2 back are the Orioles. 3 back are the Mariners. 3.5 back is Detroit. 7.5 back is Kansas City. They're getting hot here. They're real freaking hot, actually. 9-1. They're really good. 7.5 backs, but they're real hot. Keep an eye on them. They're 7.5 back. Angels, 13 back. Athletics, 14 back. So in the AL right now, the only 2 teams I would say are truly out of it are the Angels and the Athletics. Because if Kansas City gets hot, they could get right back in this. Because they're real hot right now. So keep an eye on them. NL time now. Leading the NL Central, leading the NL, and leading Major League Baseball, the National League's number 1 seed, the Milwaukee Brewers. Your 2 seed, leading the NL West, the Los Angeles Dodgers. And your 3 seed, leading the NL East, the Atlanta Braves. Now on to the wild cards now. Your first NL wild card, 2 games up on the 5th, are the 4-seeded Chicago Cubs. Your 5th seed right now, the 2nd NL wild card, 2 games up on the last one, the 6th, are the Philadelphia Phillies. They're really hot, which is huge. And your 6th seed right now, your 3rd NL wild card, and your last team in are the San Diego Padres. 2 games back of them, and the first team out are the Arizona Diamondbacks. Boy, is this Ketel Marte stuff ridiculous. Like, you talk about a knucklehead. It's unfortunate that he lost his mom, and I pray for him occasionally for their family, but he's acting like a nut job right now. Can't stand that behavior, and I don't see him ever playing again for Arizona. I just don't. So, yeah. 2 games back. Marlins, 4 back. Cardinals, 5.5 back. Us, 8.5 back. Reds, 9 back. Nats, 10.5 back. Mets, 12 back. Giants, 18.5 back. Rockies, 20.5 back. So obviously the NL's list has massively expanded here. Pirates, Reds, Nats, Mets, Giants, Rockies. Pretty much are all done. They're not going to make the playoffs this year, any of those teams. Hate to say it, but I think so. I don't think so. So yeah, there's that. The hottest team in the American League this week, congratulations to them. The Royals at 9-1 over the past 10, so they're red hot. Good for them. And the hottest team in the National League, the Philadelphia Phillies, also 9-1. So great start by them. So yeah, there's that. Phillies are on a 9-game win streak. Royals 8-game. So that's big. Worst team in the American League this week, the Detroit Tigers at 2-8. 5-game losing streak. Can't have that right now. So their run differential is 73 and 57, if you can believe that. Or their run differential, they should be 73 and 57, and they're terrible. So just a bad year in Detroit. I'd expect a ton of change there, to be honest, after this season, but they're 2-8 in their past 10. And the worst team in the National League over the past 10, the Washington Nationals, at 2-8, and the Giants also 2-8. So there's that. I'm starting to get tired here, so let's go through this quick. Alrighty, if the season ended today, let's do some postseason predictions. If the season ended today, the 6th-seeded Guardians would take on the 3rd-seeded Astros. I think Cleveland would win that. 5th-seeded Red Sox, 4th-seeded Yankees, I'm going Yankees. Yankees and Rays, I'm going Rays. Guardians and White Sox, I'm going with the Guardians in 5. I don't think this White... Actually, no, I'm going to switch it. I'm going to go White Sox. I think the White Sox won this, actually, in 5. White Sox and Rays in the ALCS. I'm going to take the Rays, obviously. I think they're going to win the AL. NL, your 6th-seeded Padres, your 3rd-seeded Braves. I'm going with the Braves. 5th-seeded Phillies, 4th-seeded Cubs. I'm still going Cubbies here. Give me the Cubs. 4th-seeded Cubs, 1-seed Milwaukee. I'm going Milwaukee easily. 3-seeded Atlanta, 2-seed LA. I'm going LA. 2-seed LA, 1-seed Milwaukee. I'm going LA. LA and Tampa Bay. I'm going LA. So there's that. That's all for my standings portion. I hope you enjoyed that. Now onto the minor league standings. Let's check in and see if our minor league clubs are doing any better. I hope they are. Their season's winding down too. I think they only have 4 weeks left. So that's interesting for sure as they approach the finish line. For our AAA team, Indianapolis is still red hot. 31-20. They are leading the International League West. And they're tied with Rochester for the best team in the International League as a whole. In the International League West right now, we are 1 game ahead over St. Paul, which is with the Twins. And we are 5-5 in our last 10, so that's good for us. For the AA team, the Curve, we right now are 19-31 in the basement, 15.5 back at the first place Erie Seawolves, who are with Detroit. We are 2-8 in our past 10, nowhere near good enough. Erie is leading the International League, or the Eastern League as a whole, and Erie's leading the International League as a whole right now, or the East. I'm sorry. Erie is leading the Eastern League as a whole. They are ahead of first place Reading, who's the Eastern League Northeast leaders right now, by like 6 games, and they're 8-2 in their past 10. So there's that. For our High A team, Greensboro got bumped down, unfortunately. Well, they're not. They're just .03 behind in winning percentage. They're tied for first place right now in the South Atlantic League North with the Frederick Keys, who are with Baltimore. Greensboro 7-3 in their past 10. Hudson Valley is a game back of us and Frederick. Hudson Valley's with the Yankees, by the way, and they're red hot as well. So that'll be an interesting race to watch for sure. These are the best teams in the South Atlantic League right now. Bowling Green is the best in the South Atlantic League South, the opposite division. They're 29-24 though, and they've only won 2 out of their past 10. So I think it's going to be either us or Greensboro for the best team in the South Atlantic League North for the second half right now. In Single A, your Florida State League right now, Bradenton is really not playing good at all. 20-32 in last place. 14 back of Tampa, who right now is with the Yankees. Bradenton is 4-6 in their past 10. For the Dominican Summer League, DSL Pirates Gold, 12.5 games back of the first place DSL Brewers Gold. We are 22-33. So yeah, 12.5 back, 3-7 in the past 10. For the other one, DSL Pirates Black, they've actually been really good recently. Oh, I'm tired. Talking makes me tired. 30-24 right now. 2 games back of DSL Mariners. 7-3 in their past 10. There's that. Still got a chance there. So yeah. The best team right now in all the DSLs. Let's take a look. 34. Padres Gold, it looks like. It's looking like Padres Gold. And the worst team in DSL right now 16, is Padres Brown. That's so funny. Padres have the worst team in this and the best team in this. That's just hilarious. and your Florida State League right now. FCL Pirates are 26 and they finished the year 26 and 30. So there's that. Good things coming out of Indianapolis and Greensboro, which I like to see. We have a good wave coming likely in 2027. Another good wave coming in 2028, which is good. I still do believe the future of this team could be very bright. However, it has to be managed better. Period. Full stop. But Altoona needs a lot of work. Bradenton needs a lot of work. The DSLs, I think we're splitting there, which is good. We have one good one, one bad one. Florida obviously needs to be better as well. So, yeah. Top 10 prospects for you real quick, and then we'll look to the week ahead real quick, and then we'll call it a show. Like I said, these shows are going to be much quicker now, obviously, because I don't think we're in good shape. So there's that. And the minor league playoffs do begin soon as well. Let's see when those begin real quick. We're doing great on time here. We're only at like 31 minutes, which is great on time by our standards. I want to see when the playoffs start. I think it's September 20th might be the last game. I know they go to Labor Day some years, but not every year. Their last game, I want to say, is September 20th, and the playoffs are quick. Yeah, September 20th, it looks like. I want to see if, like, the single A gets done earlier. They do. Single A, the end for them is going to be September 6th. So we don't have much longer talking about Bradenton. High A. We don't have much time talking about High A either. September 6th. Double A. Don't have much time talking about them either. Or September 13th. I think that's their last. So yeah. September 6th for Bradenton and Greensboro. Probably talk about Greensboro in the playoffs. September 13th for Altoona. September 20th for, Indy. We'll talk about the playoffs some a little bit. But yeah, minor leagues are winding down for sure. And Indy's in a good spot. We've done these top prospects at Fair Share recently, so I'm just going to breeze through them here real quick for you guys. Pirates top ranked prospect, obviously, Seth Hernandez, right-handed pitcher. High A, Greensboro, still 2028. Second, Edward Fortino, an outfielder. High A, Greensboro, 2028. Third, Derek Curiel, outfielder. Rookie ball. I'm assuming that is that DSL league, or he's going to be in Florida doing some stuff. So I'm assuming that's your DSL. Where is he right now? Let's see where he is. Assuming that's DSL. And then you go to Brent. So where is he? FCL Pirates. So he'll be with the Florida Complex League Pirates. So that's where he is. So he's still a while away. Still though 2028. So they expect this to be a quick thing for him. Number 4, Murph Gray. Third baseman, AA, 2027. That's huge. I mean, I hope he starts next year out in AAA. And then like in May or June, we could get him up here. So that'd be great. Your fifth guy, Wyatt Sanford, shortstop, High A, 2028, which is good as well. 6, Aiden Ruiz, shortstop, rookie ball, 2030. 7th, Axiel Palaz, catcher, first baseman, High A, 2028. 8th, Easton Carmichael, catcher, AA, 2028. 9th, Chris Rembert, second baseman, Class A, which is Bradenton, I believe. Yeah, Bradenton, 2029. Axiel is in Greensboro. Easton's in Altoona, by the way. Easton Carmichael, not Easton, PA. My bad if you got confused there. And 10th, last but certainly not least, Edglin Perez, catcher, first baseman, Bradenton, single A, 2028. We have a big wave coming in 2028. That's huge to remember. I mean, this team's going to get much better, and I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited to watch this team get much better in 2028, 2029. So if you could just reestablish everybody and start re-signing people and start preparing now, you could be very good in 2028 and 2029. So the league needs to look out because we have one of the best futures. I do believe that. This year's rough, but things are getting good. We haven't done this yet this year. Top 5 prospects in baseball right now. Just want to take a quick look at this. Number 1's Jesus Maid, Maedi, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry, Jesus. He's a shortstop with Milwaukee. AA 2027. Yeah, of course Milwaukee is the best. Doesn't surprise you, does it? He's going to terrorize us for years, unfortunately. I hate to say it. Second is Leo DeVries, who the Padres traded away in the Mason Miller trade last year. Shortstop for baseman with the A's. AA 2027. If he makes the opening day roster, that'd be cool because they're supposed to come here in 2027 for opening day if there's no lockout. Third is Franklin Arias, shortstop Boston Red Sox, high A or AAA 2027. Fourth is Eli Whittis, shortstop Nationals, high A 2028. And last but certainly not least, because he just made his debut, and he goes to LSU, who I like a lot, and he went to LSU, who I like a lot. Katie Anderson, MLB, left-hand pitcher, Seattle Mariners, 2027. Seth is ranked 7th right now. Florentino's 35th. Curiel is 90th. Murph is 94th. So there's that. These 10 farm systems have the best infield prospects. So let's look at this article real quick here. Milwaukee has the best infield prospect system-wise. San Francisco's second. They've built a really good farm. It's on the rise. Third is Washington, which doesn't surprise me. They have a lot. Fourth is Chicago, who's really doing good. Fifth is Tampa. Sixth is Colorado. 7 is Cleveland. 8's LA. 9 is Miami. And 10 is Texas. Like, Charrington drafts nothing but infielders, and we're not even on that list. Like, that's ridiculous, if you want my opinion. That is so ridiculous and embarrassing. Albeit, I will give him this, Ben. We only have 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4.5, 5. Because some of them are catcher or first baseman, so I made the halves 1. 5 are top 10 prospects or infielders. Like, yeah. It's shaking my head right now. I don't know what to say. Alrighty, now let's conclude this video by talking about, real quick, the Pirates matchups this week. We're at 37 minutes. We'll be done, hopefully, by the 45-minute mark, which is great for sure. So let's talk about this some here. Starting pitcher for the Padres this week. We play the Padres Monday night, tomorrow night at 9:40 p.m. Braxton Ashcraft will be on the mound for us, 368. Robbie Ray will be on the mound for San Diego with 420. They got him at the deadline, obviously. On Tuesday night in San Diego. 9:40 start again. Skeens is on the mound 9 and 11, 395. Michael King is on the mound 8 and 9, 338. And Wednesday for the series finale. Will be Bubba Chandler with a 438 against Randy Vasquez with a 419 ERA at 410. I think we'll lose this series 2-1. I think we win tomorrow, but lose Monday, Tuesday. But we do have some good pitching matchups this series. We could sweep this series. I don't think we're going to get swept, but I think we're going to win one at least, but I think we'll lose the series 2-1. Thursday is our last Thursday off of the season. Because we'll have Mondays off starting next week for the rest of the way. Friday night. Oh, wow. Tariq Skubal's pitching Friday night in Detroit. His first game back in Detroit, he will start. That'll be emotional for sure. I can't wait for that one. Friday night in Detroit. On Friday in St. Louis, though, which is where the Pirates are, Jared Jones with a 4.67 ERA, 2-5, will face off against Quinn Matthews. He is a lefty, but he is 0-2 with a 6.43. On Saturday, against the Redbirds in their house, 2:15. Carmen Mlodzinski, I don't think he'll start. He starts, but he's the expected starter right now. 4.03 ERA against Kyle Leahy, 3.24 ERA. That's Saturday. And last but not least, on Sunday, it is going to be, looks like, Braxton Ashcraft with a 3.68 ERA against Matthew Liberatore with 5.04. I'm sorry. ERA. I don't know what their records are. Here, I'll get them for you real quick because it's important I get these. Ashcraft is 13-5. Liberatore's 5-11. And for Saturday, Carmen 6-6, Lee, he's 10-4. I think we split this week. I think we lose the series to the Padres 2-1, but win the series against the Cardinals 2-1. The pitching matchups favor us twice against the Cardinals, and I think this team's going to be furious going into St. Louis, and I think they win one series this road trip, and I think it's the Cardinals one. I think we take 2 against them, which is big, and I think we take 1 against San Diego. So, again, 3-3 this week would be good. Anything below it, yuck. Get the barf back. It's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was quicker. Like I said, I'm going to try to go quicker the rest of the way for sure. Next week, we will recap the series against the Padres and the Cardinals. We will then name our Star of the Week, do MVP rankings. We will do the standings again for MLB. We'll recap the minor league standings as their season gets ready to wind down. We will then obviously do top prospects real quick again. And then we will preview the homestand against 2 California teams, the Giants and the Angels. But that's all next week. This week's a wrap, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. We'll see you next week. Only 5 more of these left on the air, if you can believe that. But in the meantime, have a good one. Take care, stay safe, and as always, peace and God bless. See you guys next week. Bye.